For our lovely bridal trial run today, I started with her skincare, which is normal. You always want to start with skincare to begin with and allow that to soak in. The appropriate skincare for her was something more matte in the center of the face to keep down any shine, and then around the perimeter of the face, we were able to do something that had more moisture and glow. Next, we moved to eyes, and I allowed time for the lip conditioner and the skincare to soak in. And then I will do an eyeshadow base and get those eyes happening how she just visions. So we did a neutral color into the crease to start shaping the just bringing to life the shape of her eye. So that starts with the bone structure. I first make sure the lashes that we choose are going to fit and they look great. And yes, they are a go. So we get those on. So the eyes are almost complete. And next I will start back on the skin. I do prefer to start with eyes a lot of times because if you're resting your hand down, I don't want my pinky or my finger to rest on freshly done foundation. So I'm going in with concealer just on certain spots that she needs coverage, and then making sure to smooth out the lines so it doesn't look heavy or cakey in certain areas where concealer was placed. And then just continuing to do that process throughout the face, finding areas that need a certain shade and some areas that need another, and we'll make sure that those edges are blended where those colors meet. So it all looks very seamless and just beautiful, perfect for our bridal trial run today. It's so amazing how you just can watch it all come to life in front of you from just a vision or a thought or an inspiration, and it just slowly evolves. And there's a moment there it just all clicks and you see this amazing picture. Then we're going to work in just a little bit of a contour buffing into the makeup. I just really am very picky about how lines and how seamless things need to be. I don't like to see where things start and where they end. I like a very modern, line-free, beautiful, shiny, glowy, and then matte in all the right areas type of makeup. I like a modern look to everything. I like textures. So that's what I look for when I'm doing makeup, is putting highlights in the right spot, putting matte areas where they need to be. And that's specifically like in the center of the face, because that's where we naturally get oily. And then the shine can go in the cheeks. And that's how you'll create a very beautiful, modern looking glow and very nice dimension to the face. So now we've added powder where we needed to. We did foundation and concealer in the right shades to match the right area of the face. And I want to go in now and just look at a couple more details of the skin. And that detail is finding the grooves of the cheekbone and making sure we accentuate her beautiful structure. 'Cause everyone's face is always different, so you just want to enhance who is in your chair. So one thing I think I just really value about this skill that I have obtained throughout the years is that I look at the face and I do not put the same thing, same shape on every single client. Colors may be the same from time to time, but the placement is always different because everyone is unique and everyone has a different eye shape and face shape and requires something perfect for them. And we got that blush on right where it needs to be to brighten the cheek and to bring life back to the face after neutralizing any of the rosy tones in the face. And we'll be topping all of this off with the most perfect lip for our bride that just completes the look. And in this day and age, trying to find anything and everything that's long wearing is very crucial, not only because of the nature of a wedding, because you do want long wearing, but also if we're having to wear face masks to and from venues or the spaces where you're getting ready at, you want to have something that's not going to rub off. And also, maybe your groom doesn't want it to rub off on him. So I do like certain products, and any of those products that are long wearing that I find that's what I go to. That is what I want for all my brides. And I will apply the lip color softly on the lip, and then I add structure with a lip liner.
Super fun.
And finishing touches, always a setting spray. And I love the Urban Decay setting spray. It is a true setting spray, not just adding moisture, but locking in your makeup. So I hope these tips were helpful and inspired you to try something new with makeup, or inspired you to come have us do your makeup at BRITE Beauty.
This was such a super fun style to do. I began by brushing out the hair. Next, I always apply a dry shampoo. I love the Amika, it smells so good, just to give it some texture, some body, and a little bit of grit. Then I go through with a working spray that also has some hold to it. Next, I section out the hair, clipping it and curling it from the bottom up. I use a 1-inch curling iron. I like the Babyliss. And this is to smooth it out and to give it that curl and texture so that we can wrap it into a really beautiful chignon, which is the look that this particular bride wants to wear for her wedding day. The next thing I do is tease at the root to give it that lift, pull it away from the scalp, and give it that really pretty volume and texture. A lot of girls are afraid of a tease. Do not be afraid to tease, ladies. It's your best friend. I continue working the curling iron around the head to get those pretty waves so that we can bring them back into a style. I begin working my fingers through the style and spray a texture spray. Right now I'm using the Fave 4 texture spray. I love the way it smells and the way it grips. I'm going to section the crown piece and begin to pin it into place. Again, lifting those pieces at the crown to give that volume. All right, now I've pinned that section into place, and then I'll take this one little section and wrap it around, doing a rope twist and pulling it over, and twist and pull and pin. I'll do the same thing here, twist, pull, and pin to give it that crisscross. Now I'm gonna take this section hanging down, half it, and pin that top piece up and out of my way. Then I want to take this bottom piece, I'm going to tease it out a little bit and secure it with a rubber band at the end, just a slight little hair tie, and then wrap it up and place and pin, making sure that it's super secure so when she dances it won't fall out of place. All right, now I'm going to take down that top section and wrap it around the chignon. There's two ways to do a chignon. Well, there's more than two ways, but you can either go with a really sleek chignon or have a little bit more texture in it. And so this bride wanted to see a little bit more texture and see a couple of twist within her chignon. So that's what I'm creating for her there. Again, pin and set into place. All right, spraying, pulling those pieces out, really finishing out the style. I take the flat iron to get those pieces by the face just because I can get really close and get them super smooth. All right, and then I am continuing just to finish out that style while Kayla finishes out her lips. I like to take a pick comb just to pull out a little extra volume and make sure that the style is symmetrical. Then it's time for the big reveal. Make sure that our bride likes her hair. Once she gives me the okay that she loved it, I begin putting her jewels into the back of the hair. I love a good hairpiece for a bride. This was one that came in 3 different sections, so we placed it in at the top of that chignon.